Okay, so as far as how to turn this project in, the apple painting, you guys are going to need masking tape, an ultrafine Sharpie, you need a label, you need your evaluation sheet, and then of course your painting. So the first thing I'm going to start with is the label, so I'm just going to move everything else out of the way. Zoom into this. So you're going to fill this label out with your ultrafine Sharpie marker. The artist, that's going to be your name first and last, and please, as always, make sure that you properly capitalize your name. And as always, handwriting does count, so make sure that your handwriting is nice and neat. Media is going to be acrylic paint. And you want to make sure that you do specify that you say acrylic paint, because there is like acrylic ink out there, so you need to be specific. Acrylic is spelled A-C-R-Y-L-I-C. Try to zoom in. And then title, again, as always, you can title this anything you want as long as the title is valid and matches and belongs to your painting. So you don't want to call it something that does not relate to the painting itself. It does not have to include the word apple in it to be valid, so that's another thing to consider too. I'm going to leave mine blank for now, and I'm just going to go ahead and move down to class. So for class, it's going to be Fine Art 1. Remember that because this is the name of a class, you need to capitalize the first letter in Fine and in Art, and it's going to be Fine Art 1, Roman numeral 1. And then make sure that you put your class period on there, because we do have 5 other Fine Art 1 classes. So I'm not going to put a class period on there because I never leave here. Okay. I'm going to title this An Apple a Day. That. Okay. All right. So, you like my title? All right, so the next one, okay, the next thing you're going to do, there's that saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. All right, so let me try to get this to focus. So what you're going to do for the label, because this is on canvas board, we are not going to be mounting and labeling this on black paper because it's canvas board. It's just not possible. So what we're going to do instead is we're just going to flip our canvas over to the back, okay? So flip it over to the back. And you're going to grab yourself a piece of masking tape. So get yourself a piece of masking tape. And what you're going to do is you're going to make a roll with that tape. So just take that roll. You want the sticky side on the outside, and then you're just going to fold so the ends are right on top of each other so it makes a roll. Again, sticky side out. And then you're just going to put that on the back of your label. And that is going to go just somewhere on the back of your painting. So I'm just going to put it right here in the middle. It doesn't matter where, just as long as it is attached to the back. Give you guys a couple minutes to do that. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip this back right side up. I need to sign my painting. All right, so signing your artwork is very important. It's the one way that you kind of copyright your work. Signing the back is also, too, another good idea. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and show you how you're going to do this. So you always sign your artwork in the media that you used on the painting. So since we used acrylic paint and a brush, that's how I'm going to sign my work. I want to make sure that I don't use, again, I don't want to use a color that's going to be too loud because, again, it's about the painting, not about my signature. So what I'm going to do, because you're going to be signing here in the lower right-hand corner, my lower right-hand corners are really light blue. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just start with some regular blue here, I'm going to add a little bit of white to it just to lighten it up. I don't want it to be too light because then you won't see my signature. But I want it just dark enough that you'll see my initials. And because I'm trying to sign with my initials, your letters are going to be kind of small. It's best not to have it. If you look, I don't have a ton of paint on my brush. It's easier to do smaller things if you don't have a ton of paint on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my initials on here. There, just like that. Call it a day. And then I've got it signed, got my label on the back. Just let that signature dry. And then the next thing you need to do is you need to fill out your evaluation sheet here. And fill it out with pencil, put your name, your title, your painting up there, your class period, fill out your score for on the student side. Then add it up here at the bottom and multiply it by 2 to see what percentage you gave yourself. And then this is going to get turned in with your painting. So you're just going to put one on. You're going to just put one on top of the other. You can put your evaluation sheet on top of your painting. That's fine, as long as your painting is dry. If it's not dry, then what you're going to do is you're going to put your evaluation sheet under your painting, and you're going to put it back on the drying rack. Before you leave. And I'll collect your paintings off the drying rack. But keep your evaluation sheet with your painting. And you just put your painting on top of it like that. And then the next thing would be to take care of all your paints. Okay? We're not going to turn them in yet because I am going to give you guys the opportunity to make revisions to this after our exam is over tomorrow. So if you want to make revisions, you can do so after the exam. So just make sure that you just put your paint back away, wash your brush off, put it back in the plastic bag. I don't have any water with me yet to wash my brush off. But just put that all back. Keep it so that, again, you can make revisions on your project tomorrow. So that's it.